All right, everybody, welcome back to Roar Radio, the official podcast of Roar of the Lion. You can check us out at roarofthelion.com. Let me know what you think. We'd certainly appreciate that. We currently have some really great herbal supplements and very high quality, beautiful yoga mats for sale. So check that out one more time. It's roarofthelion.com. Let us know what you think. Okay, so today's episode. Last time, do a little quick recap. We became aware of some remarkable things that other people are doing. And the reason we did this is not to make ourselves feel bad for what we're lacking and what we're not doing, but instead to motivate you, because if what they're doing is possible, if people are really diving 300 feet into the ocean on a single breath, and if people are running 250-mile races, doing that in a few days, then whatever hump that we're stuck on, whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, while not saying it's any small task, it just becomes much more realistic in our minds. And that perception is key, as we spoke about last time. That perception is reality. And if we believe what we want to achieve can be achieved and that we can do it, well, that's the first step to making it happen. So now today we want to get a little bit more focused. I want to talk about something that can immediately have a positive impact in your life, something that can benefit everybody and something that everybody can do. It's just a matter of mentally deciding that that's what you're going to do. That thing is intermittent fasting. So if you've paid attention to me, my Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you're probably aware that I am really into fasting. I have done multiple days, 3 to 4 day fasts several times. And I absolutely love it, and I swear by the benefits. The peace, the relaxation, the willpower that you gain from it. It's really just unique and powerful experience that you have to do for yourself to experience, to be able to understand. But I would never recommend starting out with anything extended, even a 24-hour fast. I would find very difficult. When I first began intermittent fasting, which is simply time-restricted eating, so it's kind of the most interesting diet. It's not a diet at all, but it has the benefits of a diet without changing the food that you eat. So what we're doing is we're strategically choosing a window of which to eat our food. So say, and you want to limit it to maybe 10 hours is kind of a soft one. We would like to start about 8 hours. So say your new meal timing is from 12 p.m. You will break the fast to about 8 p.m., which is when we'll finish up whatever calorie, whatever dinner, dessert that you were going to eat for the night. 8 p.m., be completely finished. Do not break that fast again until 12 p.m. And when I first started this, it was very difficult. I'm used to eating 9 a.m., 8 a.m. As soon as I wake up, really, 7 a.m., I'm having protein shakes, I'm cooking eggs, whatever it is, because I just love to eat, and that's what I conditioned my body to do. There is a hormone called ghrelin, G-H-R-E-L-I-N, ghrelin. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this is responsible for causing hunger. And this hormone, you won't feel hungry typically just because you are hungry and that your body requires immediate nutrition, but because it becomes conditioned to the way that you live. So if you eat, say, 9 a.m. every morning, you have lunch about 12, maybe dinner at 5, a snack at 8, you can measure your ghrelin at those times. It will be the highest. So it's just responding, it's adapting to what your body does. So for instance, now we cut out breakfast. We don't eat at 9 a.m. anymore. We start at 12. It'll take a couple days. Your ghrelin is going to spike. You're going to get hungry. It's going to be uncomfortable. But once you pass up that feeding window when you don't eat at 9 a.m., your hunger goes away again. It dissipates a bit. And now at 12, because you've started breaking your fast every day at 12, that's going to be the new time that you get hungry. So that's a very interesting thing. And it's amazing when you have like that mind-body connection and you can see it physically, you can see it chemically, is such a true thing. You decide to eat at 9, your body gets hungry at 9. You determine that I'm no longer going to eat at 9, I'm going to eat at 12, your body won't get hungry until 12. And I think that's a really fascinating thing, and it just goes to show how much strength is in our minds, how much power is in our minds, and how this diet is really just about willpower. But it has tremendous, tremendous benefits, some of which are fat loss, longevity, it keeps your brain healthy. You will have a decrease in brain fog. You'll actually rebuild your brain. It reduces inflammation, which also helps with the brain. And it can reduce diabetes. Anyone who's diabetic that wants to do this, obviously talk to your doctor, do your own research. Anytime you're trying a new diet out, you want to be completely aware of what it is you're doing. Interesting thing about diets and nutrition is that it's one of the few or possibly the only field where you can scientifically prove opposing viewpoints. For instance, somebody can thrive on a raw vegan diet, and so they can conclude that it is the healthiest diet for every person. Everybody should be raw vegan, but it can be detrimental to another person's health. They might be on a carnivore diet where they're eating nothing but meat, and they might both be healthy because of their diets, even though they are polar opposites. So it's difficult to say what anybody should or should not do when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to eating. But we have noticed overall there are very significant benefits in this intermittent fasting that seem to be universally applied. Some people take it further. Some people do 1 meal a day, or they might do 20 hours fasting, 4-hour eating window. I recommend to start 16-8 it's very doable, it's very approachable, and it gives you plenty of time to eat still. Now, the interesting thing about intermittent fasting, and I don't want to keep calling it a diet because it's not that at all, but you are not changing your diet in any other way. So you do not have to change the foods that you eat at all. You probably should. We all probably should look at the foods we're eating. But to keep it simple right now, the benefits that you will gain from intermittent fasting are simply because of the shorter feeding window. You can eat the exact same foods, and unless you're trying to lose weight and lose muscle, you're going to want to keep up the same amount of calories that you've been eating, but you're just eating them closer together. Now, you will not lose muscle if you start intermittent fasting. You don't even lose muscle on a 48 to 72-hour fast. The reason is it actually spikes your growth hormone, which is a huge benefit because that's going to help rebuild your body. That's going to help give you energy, give you drive, determination that you want. And so you're actually more motivated and just more powerful during these fasting periods than you would have been otherwise. But you will burn fat. So it is a tremendous method, let's call it a technique, dieting technique for weight loss, because it's a natural way to get your body very quickly into a ketogenic state, which is when you're burning ketone bodies as fuel instead of glycogen. So your body is, instead of using sugar for fuel, it's using fat. You're burning fat. That is a ketogenic state, and you get that very quickly from intermittent fasting, partially because you deplete your glycogen. You don't have the glucose available to burn. Your body has to look elsewhere, so it's going to look towards that fat. So, I mean, that is just a really incredible benefit of the intermittent fasting. I just want to read something real quick because it's written better than I can say it right now. Okay, so how exactly does the intermittent fasting work? Well, what it does is the period gives your body more time to deplete the body's glycogen, as we were just speaking of. Glycogen are chains of glucose, which is the sugar that your body breaks down from carbohydrates, mainly, the sugars. So it gives your body more time to deplete your body's glycogen stores and causes you to burn fat instead of sugar. This fat burning process produces ketones, which boost your energy and banish brain fog. Okay, so basically it said everything that I just said. Maybe I had it more down than I thought. So what's happening is when we're limiting our feeding window, you're providing your body with more time and more energy to do other processes. So when we eat any piece of food, even if it's a healthy piece of food, a piece of fruit, an apple, your body is immediately now going to work to digest that apple, to extract the nutrients from it and use those to build your body and to eliminate the waste. So whatever process your body was undergoing has now been put on hold to digest your food. That is always the priority. As soon as you eat, that becomes the priority. So when we go without eating for a while, even as little as 16 hours, and that's kind of the minimum that you want to get to, which is why I recommend the 16-8 as opposed to 14-10, which some people do, which would be, eating from maybe 10 p.m. to 8 or 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So try to get that 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. I think is the most beneficial way to start. So in that time that you're not digesting, your body has energy to do things like grow your hair, your skin, your nails, repair your cells, detox your blood. You might feel something they call the ketogenic flu, and it's similar to fasting. You might feel flu symptoms, and what that is actually are detox symptoms. So your body, when you have all this time to start running these processes, you start clearing the toxic waste from your blood, from your lymphatic system, and that might make you feel sick. If that makes you feel sick, that's not really a reason to just start eating again and get it over with. Of course, you have to decide what's right for you, but that means that you do have a level of toxicity in your body and you need to get rid of that. So you might really want to stick to it as long as possible, and it shouldn't last long. A few days, a week maybe. You should actually feel much more energy. You should feel stronger, and you mentally should feel so much clearer than you were before. And it's really difficult to describe that until you do it. When I was on a 4-day fast, and I was still working out. I was at the gym. I was doing squats, I believe, in 72-hour fast. And I'm not recommending this. I'm just explaining my own experience. But I remember stepping outside, and the grass looked so much greener. And I can see further, and I was just at peace with myself. I would sit down, and I was breathing slowly and deeply, and it's a very comfortable, very euphoric experience when you go deeper into it, but you will get a minor amount of these benefits on a shorter 16-8 intermittent fast, and the thing is, you can do this every single day. You don't have to. People cheat on the weekends. If you get away from it for 2 days, it's not going to negate the positive effects that you got from that 5 days. So at least during the week, we should shoot for, and I shoot for that 16-8, eating for 8 hours. And remember, we're packing in the calories, we're packing in the nutrients. I eat as much as I want over those 8 hours. I don't restrict myself whatsoever. It is beneficial to break the fast in a certain way, and it's more important for extended fasts, and there are completely different opinions on how you should break the fast. Some people like to use fruit. Fruit is a natural cleanser, so your body is in this now cleaning mode. You eat some fruit, and that's just going to kind of scrub all the mucus and pull all the toxins away from you, so that's a very good thing. Other people prefer something a little more hearty, a bone broth, get you some minerals and collagen and proteins in there to help start rebuilding the body. So that's something for you to think about. But food combination is very important. You don't want to start mixing all kinds of foods because your body requires a different enzyme to digest every single piece of food that you eat. And so you don't want to go too crazy comparing fats and proteins, but a fat, a protein, and a carb all require different enzymes, and if you eat them all together, those enzymes can counteract each other. Now you don't digest anything. That food sits in your belly, it rots, it goes bad, and you don't absorb any of the nutrients. So what I do recommend, especially in breaking the fast, is pick one thing. You can call it a mono meal, whatever you want. I typically will eat either pineapple or an apple, something like that. I'll pick one fruit, or I'll have the bone broth. I'm not going to mix fat, carbs, and protein at the same time. That can cause chaos, wreak havoc on your body. So just be smart about it, but at the same time, you don't have to go too crazy thinking about it. If you're on a 72, 96-hour, 100-hour fast, then you have to be a little more tactical about how you break it. But 16 8-hour fast, don't worry too much. Just, be smart about it. What you eat physically turns around, becomes your body. So when you eat something, think, do you want this to be what you are? You are what you eat. A lot of these old sayings are they're there for a reason. Believe it or not, mind over matter, you are what you eat. These things are physical laws. They're physically true. And that's really amazing. And it makes sense because why else were they said? Where did they come from? Why does this stuff exist? Let's see. Something else I wanted to talk about real quick is autophagy. And you're going to get that more so in an extended fast, but you will start to get there in that 16-8. And notice I keep saying that because that's really where I believe you should start. Autophagy is Greek. It basically means to self-eat. So when you're in this process of autophagy, your cells, the damaged cells, the older cells, are going to start to be consumed by your body. You're going to get rid of them. You're going to start replacing them. Combine this with the growth hormone that your body is now producing. You're almost in like a superhuman state, because you're replacing the damaged goods, and you're replacing that with energized tissue and matter. So a very important state. This is something that has been the term was coined in 1962. It's something that has been studied. It's fascinating if you want to look into it. But we want to get into these states. We want to get into these states where our body is devouring what is no longer of service to us, and it's replacing that, and it's replacing that with better stuff that existed because of this increase in growth hormone. So that is intermittent fasting in a nutshell. This is not too detailed and too scientific today, because I kind of just wanted to give you an overview without scaring anybody away. I will probably do another 3 to 4 day fast soon, maybe in the next couple months, and I'll probably document, and we'll do another podcast on that. But what I really just wanted to get across is this is one way. It's simple. Everybody can do it, and it can have immediate positive change on your lifestyle, on your body, on your mental health. And you don't have to eat right away in the morning, which saves you some time and money. Before we finish up, we'll just go into, like they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I absolutely believe that. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But breakfast is when you break the fast. Because they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, doesn't mean you should wake up at 8:30 and stuff cornflakes and cow's milk down your mouth, down your throat. That's not beneficial for your body. So pay attention to when you break the fast. Pay attention to your fast and how you feel when you get into these extended states, and just focus on the willpower that you gain from being able to choose not to eat, even when your body is telling you to. That your mind can override that and say, no, I know I'm a little bit hungry. I'm a little bit uncomfortable. I want to eat. It's what I'm accustomed to, but I'm going to give my body a little bit of break. I'm going to allow it to use this wonderful energy, this primal energy that it has, to just work on other processes and heal me from the inside out. There's no better way of healing. This has been, you could look up fasting. The ancient Greeks did it. Almost every religion and spiritual system has used this as medicine. In fact, the father of medicine claimed fasting as one of the most beneficial things he could do. And I should know his name, but when that camera is recording, a lot of things go out the window. But so that's why we're going to end it right here for today. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. I hope you're interested in fasting. And if you are, shoot me a comment, text me. You can reach me on Instagram or Facebook, Andrew DeCorda. I'm Roar of Andrew on Instagram for now. Help promote Roar of the Lion. Don't forget to check out roarthelion.com. We have some great products out now, and we have a lot more coming. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.